Hi guys, hello. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to get the notification that I am actually live and an opportunity to actually hop in the chat before we jump into today's topic. I'm so excited because this has been something that I have been working on for a very long time. So I'm excited to share some insight about morning routines, day breakdowns, as well as why it may not be for you to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. I know there's been a big push for this lifestyle, but we're going to dig deeper into it today. So I'm going to give y'all the opportunity to jump in. If you're here already, definitely tap in if you feel comfortable doing so. And let me know that you're here. Little roll call. Say, hey, where you from? How you feeling today? And then we'll go from there. I think I'm going to give y'all about 2 minutes to get the notification. I know some people have not actually been getting the notifications. And I actually have been talking with one of our other sisters in our community, and she was saying that this was a big issue for her as well, and she ultimately fixed the problem. So if you are subscribed to me and you do have the notification bell turned on to be notified when I go live, but you're not getting the notifications, apparently, YouTube now has an option where you can decide how frequently you want to receive notifications. Like if you want to receive a notification for every single video, every single time I go live, or if you just want to receive some notifications. And then I believe there's an option to get none at all. So there may be a chance that you may need to go in and update your bell notification preference so that you can get our lives notified while I'm actually in the live, because obviously, it's way more fun when y'all can join me and engage with me and tap in with me in the comment section. So check that out for yourself and see how that works for you. And then, of course, if any other issues arise for you, just, send me a message and let me know, and we'll just, brainstorm from there. Okay? So, before we jump in, I want to give y'all a little bit of house cleaning because I support y'all. This is part of the reason why I show up here. When I show up here and share so much of my journey and share so much of my truth and my authenticity, and I'm so vulnerable with y'all. And I know y'all want to support me too and the growth of our channel. So let's have a little bit of house cleaning, because if you're just watching and you're not supporting us, then why are you here? Why are you here, sis? Why are you here? So let's jump into the ways first that you can support me and the growth of our channel. One, you can purchase my spiritual toolkits. Yes, I have basically created a toolkit with a bunch of things that I use spirit-wise to help me, ground myself and move forward in my spiritual growth. So if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description box. Number two, if during this live you find this useful and it resonates with you, you can easily send a super chat by clicking the $sign below in the section that you would enter your comment in, right next to the emoji smiley face symbol. So you click that and then you can, leave a super chat for whatever amount that you desire. Number three, if you desire, you can also give a love donation by clicking the link below. It'll take you to my PayPal. You can leave a dope message for me. I read them all, and you can give whatever you desire to give there as well. Number four, you can support our channel by liking, of course, and leaving an engaging comment on the topic that we are discussing. Whether that comment is left actually during the live or after the live is always super helpful to actually see y'all engaging with the content that I'm posting, because that tells me that you like it and that you want more of this. And as well, it just tells me that you support me like I'm supporting you. And that's important in any mutually beneficial relationship. Okay. Number five. Number five. If you think that this is a really dope ass channel and you just like, girl, I love this, I love you, then share. Share with a really good friend or share one of my videos on your favorite social media platform. You can also tag me to get, a little, what's the word? A repost possibly. Okay. Number six would normally be to follow me on Instagram. However, I realized that should actually be my mailing list because I know I've been telling y'all that I've been doing a major cleaning and a major decluttering process of my life in reality as well as my online life. And I'm realizing that Instagram and Facebook have become a very interesting place. So I just am not feeling like I don't know what's happening over there yet for me. But I feel like, the best way for you to really, stay up to date with me is to get on the mailing list. The link will be released before the next video is up. So just be on the lookout for that. Okay. Number seven, you can support me and our channel by mentioning me for suitable opportunities that you believe I would be perfect for. So, if you're in a room that I am not in, or if you're somewhere that I am not, and you see something that you think would be a great opportunity for me, whether that is a feature, a podcast, an interview, public speaking, I'm into all of those things. So if you see something like that and you're like, yo, this would be dope for her, tag me, put in a good word for me. That's what friends do. Okay. Last but not least, you can always send me a personal testimony of how our conversations here have helped you. So if you want, you can either send that directly on social media or you can send that via email. All of my contact information is on my main about page on YouTube. And then a lot of things are down below in the description box. Okay. So if you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. Okay. So let's jump on in. So today's topic is, do you like waking up at 5 a.m.? And why early mornings are not for everyone. And just to jump this off, me personally, I am what I would consider a night owl. Well, I would say a night owl in transition because I love my rest. Absolutely. I'm also a Taurus sun sign. So, honey, we do not miss our sleep. Okay. We do not miss our sleep. Sleep is a version of self-care. Sleep is a priority, especially for recharging your energy, especially for, giving yourself an opportunity to rest. It's important. I know we touched on this a little bit on our last live where, we were just talking about, how during this pandemic, there's been a big push to grind and to do a bunch of different things to progress, which is not a bad thing, but I feel like sometimes this whole grind culture does not take in the account of balancing your energy. And I don't know about y'all, but for me, I'm more interested in balancing my life, balancing my energy, finding space not only to be productive and get the producing things that I want to create out, but also finding time to rest, also finding time to take care of my body and my soul and my spirit, finding time to eat a really delicious, nourishing meal, finding time to socialize with the people that I love, whether that's through a phone call or meeting up, for a nice lunch or something, making space to create the life that I truly desire. And, for me, that looks like ease. That looks like peace. That looks like being in flow. And sometimes I realize this whole grind culture just goes against the grain, and I think back to like my early 20s and I would even say a little bit before my early 20s, when you're first, about to turn 17, 18, around that age, it's like you start feeling like you got to do stuff, right? You start feeling like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to get X, Y, and Z and the third done. And I remember during that time, I used to stay up like, baby, I could stay up the whole night for days and just grind things out. But in reality, I had to ask myself, like, was that really healthy? And I don't think so. Our body needs rest. Our body needs the opportunity to recharge. And on top of that, later on, as I got older, I realized that my body was not able to really maintain those type of actions. And I feel like, I remember I would get a little bit upset with myself, like, because I'd be like, damn, I used to be able to stay up all night and do all-nighters for like weeks and days and at a time. And when I was not really able to do that, I'd be a little frustrated. But in actuality, I feel like that was an opportunity to provide myself some grace, as well as just be kind with myself, because that was my body's way of saying that this ain't healthy. Okay, that ain't healthy. That's not healthy. And so now I do have my night owl moments, but I also am just focused on getting a good night's sleep, and really balancing out my sleep time. So that kind of brings me to this 5 a.m. culture. I know we see this pushed all the time with the grind culture. And it's like, Beyonce got 24 hours in a day and she doing X, Y, and Z. So you ain't got no motherfucking excuse. But at the end of the day, baby, you don't really know how Beyonce living her life. You don't really know what her routine is. You don't really know. You know what you see on her documentaries when she is prepping for a concert. And that's a whole different energy. I actually used to be on a step team when I was in college, and throughout elementary and middle school, like, I love to dance. It's one of my favorite passions. And, I understand what it's like when you have an upcoming performance and you need to get prepared for it. That's a very different energy. Yeah, you may have some late call times and things like that. You may have to adjust your timing, your schedule, all these different things to get to this point of performing and then putting on a good show. And then after that, I'm sure she probably rests. But in between that time where she is not having a performance, do you think that she is like not sleeping? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. Like, nobody can really operate off of that type of energy, no matter how much they want to present differently. And I just feel like you have to be mindful, because a lot of people are out here putting up this representative of like this grind culture and we don't sleep and all this other bullshit. And it's like, I feel like it's a little bit irresponsible, and then of course we see the billionaires, we see the millionaires, and these people who are self-proclaimed entrepreneurs, gurus, and all the things. And a lot of them are pushing this culture of waking up at 5 a.m. Wake up at 5 a.m. to claim your day. Wake up at 5 a.m. XYZ in the third. And first of all, I'm like, you need to ask yourself, does that really work for your style of sleep pattern? I remember when I first was trying to do this 5 a.m. wake up call, right? I remember how hard it was for me. Like, it was not something that was natural for my body, it was very difficult. Like, even to this point, trying to wake up at 5 a.m. is like not something that really is suitable for me, unless like I randomly wake up at like 3 a.m. in the morning. And that's a whole different energy, because I feel like if you're waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, that's God waking you up to speak to you, because God has a message for you. So you have to, tap in so that you can receive the download. But aside from that, if you're waking up at 5 a.m. just because somebody on Instagram told you that this is the way that you can maximize your day, I think you need to reassess if that is really for you. Why are you basing your life off of someone else's life? Why are you utilizing this outside validation to really dictate the structure of your life? Because at the end of the day, we are one, yeah, but none of our journeys are the same. Okay. And this idea that waking up at 5 a.m. is going to help you maximize your day, are going to help you, become successful, is really like low key a little bit of an illusion. Like, it works for some people, but it does not work for everyone. It doesn't. And I just remember how frustrated I would get. Like, I remember when I personally tried to implement this 5 a.m. wake up, and believe me, I've done a lot of research about it. I've done a lot of trial and error to wake up at 5 a.m. because I really, was seeing all these different things, and I really felt in my soul for a long period of time that the only way I could be successful is if I woke up at 5 a.m. and got my day started early so that I could seize my day. And I just feel like seizing your day and waking up at 5 a.m. is not synonymous. It's not something that if you wake up at 5 a.m., then you'll have the best day. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like a lot more that goes into waking up at 5 a.m. than people really speak about. It's like, do you have first of all, does this even work with your sleep style, your sleep pattern, and your body style? If it's like super, super hard for you, and granted, some people have to adjust. Like, some people, it does work for them, and they have to adjust still to waking up at 5 a.m. And don't get me wrong, like, if you desire to wake up at 5 a.m. and you need a little adjustment, like, do you, boo? Okay, do you? But this is really more so for the people who are like me, who, tried this whole 5 a.m. thing and may even still be trying to work towards this goal that really may not even truly be theirs, that they really may have gotten from someone else. And, those who may be beating themselves up about it. Because I just remember when I was trying to wake up at 5 a.m., I would be a little flushed. I would, not even a little bit, let me not even front. Like, I would be hella upset with myself, and I'd be trying to play it off, and I'd be trying to comfort myself when I did not wake up at 5 a.m. Like, it would be like, if I did not wake up at 5 a.m., my whole day would kind of be fucked up because I feel like I was behind. I feel frustrated with myself. I feel like, I've done something wrong, because I didn't meet this. Oh, I think I saw a birdie. I'd be feeling some kind of way because, like, I didn't meet this standard that was not even fucking mine. Like, it was not my own original thought to even do this. It's like, I started to do this because I saw it somewhere, so it's like, ask yourself, are you trying to wake up at 5 a.m. because you saw somebody else say it was the best thing to do? And are you actually being successful at the 5 a.m.? If you're being successful at waking up at 5 a.m. and, you flowing well with that 5 a.m. routine, baby, don't change. Do what works for you. But on the flip side, if you're someone who, you've been trying to do this 5 a.m. wake up call, and it ain't working for you, and you ain't really getting shit done. And at the end of the day, you're feeling fucking frustrated and upset with yourself and behind, and, having negative thought fueled and negative statements fueled as a result of you not waking up at 5 a.m., baby, you may need to make some changes. You may need to make some changes and make some adjustments. I did take a few notes that I want to tap in as well. So I feel like when you think about what time you need to be waking up, you need to really just, first of all, you got to observe yourself, okay? I feel like too frequently, there's like this misconception of overnight success, right? And I kind of feel like this is kind of part of how this 5 a.m. structure has gone into play and been like intertwined with success, and ultimately, first of all, we have to stop telling ourselves these lies. Success does not happen overnight. It doesn't. It really doesn't, boo. And it's interesting because I have been reading a lot of memoirs lately. Y'all know we talked a little bit about the Rick Ross memoir that I was listening to in audio form on this app called, I need to get an affiliate link for these people because I've been really pushing them. But I love this app so freaking much. That's the name of it. I just dropped it in the comments. And literally, oh, they have so many books and so much access. It's like literally paying for a library card where you don't never have to return the books unless you like leave the app or whatever. But it's really, really great. And I got this audiobook on Rick Ross and a bunch of other memoirs. And what I realized in like reading their memoirs, most of them did not even pop off in the field that they wanted to pop off. Hey, Thrifty. Hey, girl. Most of them did not even pop off into the field they wanted to until like 10 years. Like it took them 10, most people that look like it's overnight, it's like it took them about 10 years to even pop off in the industry that they were in. But Rick Ross was ghostwriting for Trina, Trick Daddy and a whole bunch of other people before he actually popped off with his first hit. And then I was on Instagram yesterday, and there's a guy, I do not know his name by heart, but if you go to Instagram and you check out my stories, it may still be up, but it may be leaving my stories soon. You'll see that I reposted a post from another influencer that I actually really love. And he was saying how even with him, he didn't pop off it took him 10 years to even pop off with what he's doing. And I wouldn't say he's doing a lot more digital marketing and things like that. So, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some balance. Give yourself some kindness. Give yourself some realistic energy that, ain't shit happening overnight, baby. It's a process. Divine right timing is key. Okay. So you need to first realize that. And then you need to observe yourself. Instead of just trying to take on somebody else's life and someone else's pattern, you need to really assess what is for you and what is happening with you. I feel like a lot of times people want to be successful so bad. And I feel like a lot of times it's not even that they want success. It's like they want what success looks like, and ultimately, you see somebody blowing, you like, damn, how the hell did they do that? Damn, I want to do that too. I didn't think that was possible, and all this other shit. And so ultimately, you observe them before you observe yourself, which is just does yourself a big disservice. And then you try to emulate what they're doing. And at the end of the day, honey, their journey is not yours. You have your very own journey. And don't get me wrong, I do believe in observation in many different ways. Like there is a key to observing others, but I feel like everything starts with self. So you must observe yourself first. What are your own needs? What are your own desires? What are your own dreams? What are your own goals? What do you really need to happen in your life to really thrive and nourish yourself, and not based off of outside influences? Okay, so stop guessing about what your time needs to look like and how you manage your time. Stop guessing and actually observe it. Okay, that looks like literally keeping track of where you're spending your time, what you're doing with your time, and making adjustments. And then, assessing your commitment, because I feel like a lot of us, I took a little note. That's why I'm looking down. A lot of us overextend ourselves at the expense of our own growth, our own personal time. And we really need to assess our commitments as well as, who they really benefit, and adjust our needs and learn to say no. Okay. Like learn to say no to other people's shit and really think about what you need. Okay. And that takes it takes work to do this. You know what I mean? It takes work to do this, and it takes discipline, because I remember when I first started, basically, I want to say in 2019. No, it was before 2019. I think I was in Brazil when I started looking at my routine in this particular way. And it didn't like form automatically, like I'm just now starting to find a flow in my routine and in a way that works for me. Okay. So, and I think what it is too is that people are always looking for a blueprint so that they don't have to do as much work. Stop being lazy and do your own work. Do your own work, and be kind with yourself. Like it may not happen overnight. Most likely it's not. It's going to take some time. And I love this. It's this saying that I found a couple of months ago, and I love it. And I say it all the time: inch by inch, everything's a cinch. inch by inch, everything's a cinch. Inch by inch, everything's a cinch. So stop thinking you got to do everything at one time or everything overnight. Give you, like I said, and I will say it again and again, give yourself grace and keep the balance. You know, the important thing is, you know, keep the balance. You know, if you maintain balance and you just bite off a bit and chew a bit each day, eventually that's just gonna add up and it's gonna amount to what you desire, and most likely even more than what you desire. Okay, so let's look at my notes. Yes, and then you need to understand what your goal is. Okay, you need to understand what your goal is, because a lot of times people who are waking up or trying to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm just like, you know, if you're basing this off of someone else, it's kind of like you're almost trying to take what their goal is, and you don't really know unless they have expressed to you why they're waking up specifically at 5 a.m. and not just their representative version, but really like why they're doing it and what the goal is behind it. Because, for instance, some people have kids, you know, and some people may need to wake up at 5 a.m. or even 3 a.m. so that they can have some peace and quiet before their kids wake up. You may not have kids. That's why I was like, first of all, a lot of people who do wake up at 5 a.m., you know, either they have a job that they need to be at, you know, at a specific time, most of the time like 8 or 9 a.m. So they got to wake up at 5 a.m. to kind of have that alone time with themselves. Sometimes they have kids that they need to get to school by 7, 8 a.m. and they got to wake up way before their kids, you know. So you got to really assess what it is for you. For me personally, I am a solo traveling Black woman. Okay. I have no children. My only responsibility is me right now. I do not work for anyone but myself. I produce all of my things. So my life structure, my flow, my daily routine looks a lot different than someone who has, you know, 1, 2, or even more kids than that, or someone who is a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And when it comes down to it, it's like, you know, when I look at what my goals are, it's like my goal is based in balance. My goal is based in finding flow. My goal is based in, you know, being productive with my day, but also having fun, you know what I mean? And making space so that I can get the things that I truly desire to get done. So I just kind of want to leave y'all with all of these things. And I really want to implore you to really, I'm telling you, if you don't take nothing else from this video, the key here is to observe your time. Okay, before you can even decide what is the best time for you to wake up, for you to be most effective, to starting your day off, to even, you know, getting clear about what your morning routine should look like, or even how your day should flow after your morning routine. It's like the very first step is for you to, you know, observe your time. What is a priority? What are the responsibilities that are, you know, set in stone for you? What ways are you spending your time? You know, where's your time actually going? How are you actually spending your time? I know a lot of people like to say that they're spending their time in a particular way, but it's like, until you actually put pen to paper or pencil to paper, or even open up a note on your phone and actually keep track of where you're actually spending your time, you don't really know. And then taking that information and, you know, building a solid structure that will actually work for you based off of that. That will put you in a better place versus, you know, trying to take on somebody else's 5 a.m. wake up call and their routine just because they said it worked for them, and then trying to, you know, do shit that don't even feel natural to you. Okay. And not saying that early mornings are not good. I personally wake up at 6 a.m. now. So that's what I have discovered works better for me. So discover what works for you. Take the time to discover what works for you. All right. So that's the gist of today's message. I'm about to go because I got shit to do. Okay. And I'm very excited about it. So if you have anything else to say before I go, definitely just tap into our comments, leave any messages. that you desire. I'm going to end with a little bit of housekeeping again. So if you've made it all the way to this part of the video, thank you first and foremost. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everyone who is in the live with me right now. I know you didn't have to be here, and I appreciate you rocking with me. Now, if you are someone who is here and you truly want to support me and you truly want to support the growth of our channel, here are some ways you can do so. Number one, you can purchase my spiritual toolkit. If you're interested in some of the spiritual practices that I maintain and just the things that I have been doing since, since I started this journey up until now, or at least until the point that I made this spiritual toolkit, it is linked below. You can purchase it below. Just click the link and it'll take you to PayHip, and you'll be able to access the spiritual toolkit from there, and it'll give you an immediate download. Number two, if you found this live useful and this conversation helpful to you, you can click the super chat icon. It's the $ in the square below, right next to the smiley emoji face. You can click that and you can leave any amount that you desire. Now, if you're coming after this live is over and this still resonated with you, or you just kind of want to share the love with me, you can definitely give a love donation. Click the link below and it will take you to my PayPal. You can leave me a cute message too. I love reading y'all's message when y'all send me different blessings. I really, really appreciate it. I read them all. Number four, you can always like and leave an engaging comment related to the topic. That's always going to be super helpful. It's going to let me know that you are interested in what I'm talking about, that these videos are useful for me, and as well, it just, shows me that we have a mutual beneficial relationship. Like, you care about supporting me like I care about supporting you and showing up for you. You know what I mean? Number five, if you're loving these videos, baby, you can definitely tag a friend, okay? Tag a friend or share your video on your favorite social media platform, and you can also tag me for a possible repost, okay? Hello, we all can win from it. I believe in let's all win. Let's all eat. Let's all help each other, okay? Number six, I have number six as follow me on Instagram, but in reality, that section is going to change to accessing or joining my mailing list. The link for it will be posted before the next live goes up. So just be on the lookout for that, because I know I've been telling y'all since I've come back, the Instagram is going to be the best place for you to kind of keep up and be in the loop. And then, over the last couple of days when I was, the full moon happened and I was doing some radical self-care and fasting and a couple of different things. And I was processing a bunch of downloads. And one of the downloads that came to me was that wasn't really true. The best place is going to be the mailing list, because at the end of the day, if I leave social media because I'm, taking a break, or because I'm, whatever is happening, at the end of the day, that I don't own that platform. So the best way for you to keep in touch with me is really the mailing list. So you want to be getting on that as soon as the link is released before the next video. Okay, so be on the lookout. Number seven, you can also mention me for suitable opportunities that you believe that I'd be perfect for. If you're in a room that I'm not in and you're like, oh girl, this would be great, you should hop on this podcast and be featured over here. There's a feature happening on this blog, on this magazine, on this different little opportunities, public speaking, like even if it's a volunteer opportunity, especially with kids. Now be mindful, because I really love working with children. I actually was working with Miss G, girl. Shout out to Miss G. I just love her. She actually teaches at a school. Well, she changed schools from last time I talked to her. She said she changed schools, but she was teaching at an elementary school in DC. And basically, she just kind of, basically brought me in as a volunteer to help with the kids, do meditations and things like that. And she was doing a lot of extracurricular activities after school. Now, mind you, this was way before the pandemic, but I kind of want to give y'all an example of other things that I like to do as well. And so she was doing extracurricular activities. She actually had a debate team that I came to visit. So when I went home. The first time I went home is when I went to DC, and I had an amazing time. I can't wait to go back. I love DC. It was so much fun, girl. The vibe, the people, the food, wow. And so, yeah, I basically went to visit the school. I visited the debate team, and I was able to share my energy in that space and share the things that, are working for me, and the things that I want to pass on to or pass down to the generation coming after us. So I love things like that. Okay. So if you are in a room that I'm not in, baby, mention me. Okay. That's what friends do. Okay. And if we're going to be friends, okay, and we go build, let's really build genuinely. Last but not least, you can support me in our growth of our channel by sending me a personal testimony of how our conversations have helped you. That is going to be super helpful as well. You can do that either by sending me an email, which you can find on the about page of this channel, or you can, send me a DM on any social media platform, and in divine right timing, I'll see it and we'll go from there. So thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. Baby Turkey say you look adorable, girl. Thank you. I detangled my hair on the full moon. Like I told y'all, I was not the full moon. This was the new moon, and this was a very powerful new moon on the 12th of April. It was wild because the day before, on the 11th, it was kind of like a mini portal day. It was like a 11/11 day. Well, really, it was a 1/11 day, but still the 11/11 energy was very potent, as well as moving into the new moon on the 12th of April was very, very powerful and potent. And the upcoming full moon is actually going to happen on April the 27th. So be mindful that that's taking place and prepare yourself. And so, yeah, girl, I was, taking care of myself. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, yeah, I'm about to go. If you have anything else to say, speak now or forever hold your peace. And, yeah, I'm going to be out. All right. Ooh, I got something in my eye. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Have a beautiful rest of y'all day. It's morning time here, so I got the whole day left to enjoy and, do a bunch of different things. For y'all, I think it's like nighttime, so have a good night's sleep. Have some beautiful dreams, and if you do dream, don't forget to write them down after. Bye, y'all, and bye, beautiful. Bye, Turkey. See y'all later. Ciao. I'll call y'all later.